What's up, YouTube? Night's Edge here again. Got another cool little list video, I guess, for you. Haven't done anything like this in a while, so figured I'd put this out there. I don't know when it's going to publish. Trying to kind of collaborate with some other folks. I guess it all makes sense by the time it comes out. But anyway, if you like the content, you like this crazy rambling and, you know, this kind of nonsense, hit the like button. Really appreciate it. Subscribe if you want more of it. So today's video, what I'm doing today anyway, would be my top 3 Chinese-made knives in my collection. Not necessarily companies that are based in China. One is actually based in China. The others are OEM by someone that designed the knife in America, and it was made in China. An OEM through a couple of different companies, and I think that's pretty cool. Kind of makes it a little more available to people whenever you use an OEM. If like an American designer uses an OEM, Chinese OEM can do it for a lot less money. I mean, that's just the facts. Pretty much the same knife if it was made in the US by someone who had to purchase the equipment and do a lot of the hands-on work. You know, make it a custom mid-tech, something like that, would in a lot of ways double and sometimes even more than that, triple the price. You know, it can get pretty crazy. And I do absolutely love USA made knives. This is a Hinder XM18. This is not on the list. I just kind of threw that out there to kind of throw some people off maybe. Yeah, this is a small batch production USA made knife made in made by Hinder Knives. So this is a pretty cool one, I think. Really awesome knife, but again, not on the list. Full USA made knife right here, the XM18. Now I have all kinds of knives. I've got USA made ones, I've got cheap budget Chinese made ones, I've got expensive Chinese made ones. The top 3 on the list are definitely some expensive Chinese made knives. But I guess let's go ahead and get into the list, right? We're already like almost 3 minutes into the video. So man, this is how I had to narrow it down, man. I had to really think about the number 1 really wasn't any kind of wasn't even a debate. Number 1 and really number 2, but the third one it's kind of narrowing it down. But my number 3, going from bottom to top, number 3 on the list, that would be the Vosteed PsyOp. This one I got in a trade a while back from a guy named Carco Morbid Klaus. Goes by a lot of names, but I got it in a trade a while back, and I really love this thing. I haven't had it for too long. I think it's been a week or 2 maybe I've had it, but it really quickly has grown on me. Nice pocket clip there. Milled titanium pocket clip. Really nice milling pattern on the handle. Got a nice pivot collar going on there. LMAX steel on the blade steel. I think they come in several different blade steels, as a matter of fact. Not 100% sure on that. I'd have to look them up on Vosteed's website, and they are available in a few different varieties. Actually, you can get different handle scales, and I'm almost positive you can get different blade steels. I think they go for around $250 or so, if I'm not mistaken. Interested in getting this one. This is the only one I've got an affiliate for down below. If you want to help the channel, affiliate links down in the description for Vosteed. If not, that's fine too. I'm not on here to sell knives, just on here to yak about them. But yeah, the ergos on this thing are really awesome. Choke back, got a good grip choke back on it. Choked up, got that nice finger choil there, nice jimping up top. Really cool blade shape, kind of swedges down there, goes to a razor sharp edge, man. I put a screaming sharp edge on this thing on a little vertical live a few weeks ago. Not too much billboarding on the blade. You got Vosteed there. Got a little got a little lint, a little lint on the blade, a few scratches. This thing's been used, definitely. LMAX right there, and that's pretty much it. Got the little designer logo there. Nice back spacer, nice jimping on that back spacer, and a button actuated compression lock. That's pretty cool. Good action, man. You can index this thing really easily, and this is really, I'm just now noticing this as I'm talking right now, but all 3 of these knives have a front flipper. Now, I've never been a front flipper type of person, but if a knife's got a good front flipper and other means of deployment like this one does, I mean, you can hold down that button on, well, kind of do that, but you can do it like that if you want to. Reverse flick is kind of like my preferred means of deployment. Works really awesome on it. And you can also use your thumb to open it with the front flipper like that, or you can index it, kind of like roll it over like that. Really smooth action, man. This is a solid knife, great user. That is number 3 on the list there. That is the Vosteed PsyOp. All right, number two on the list, and this one OEM by somebody you guys probably have heard of long before me, and very popular. The ting kind of gives it away right before you see it to some people. This is the Neeves Misdemeanor. Neeves Knives used Jared Neeve, of course, the YouTube sharpening wizard, awesome dude, great personality, great person, and as it turns out, a really awesome knife designer, man. This thing is really cool. You got K390 on the blade steel on this one. The OEM for this one is Riot. He used Riot to OEM it. K390 on the blade steel. Let's see, let me look inside of here real quick. Yeah, it's in the backspacer. That's what I was thinking. Let me get the flashlight out real here. Should have had that ready to go. But K390 right there, you can see it inside that backspacer, which is pretty cool. He kept the blade like fully sterile, and I'm a big fan of that. I love that. That's awesome. No billboarding at all on it. You got the K390 inside the backspacer and NK for Neeves Knives right there on the pivot, and I think that's pretty cool. Also, the initials for my name, right? So my last name's Knight, so that I think that's pretty neat. And other than those little neat factors, really cool pattern on the handle. Feels really good. Titanium there on that. Well-rounded, great jimping that extends halfway, well, all the way up above the regular spine right there on the flat. Really nice there. You got kind of a thumb hump or a finger hump there if you want to do like some pullback cuts. Really nice hollow grind. That K390 will hold an edge for quite a long time. DLC, satin polished DLC right there on the coating on the blade. Really great and easy to index it. I think that's pretty cool. Reverse flick. All the opening methods on this one are awesome. They're really easy to do, really awesome, even for me who is not the best at front flipping. These 3 knives and this one too, especially this one probably is very easy to index. I mean, it's awesome, and plus it tings every time you open it, which, you know, I'm like a big kid, but I think that's pretty cool. Pretty much every time you got that ting going on every time you open it, so that's pretty neat. So yeah, Jared Neeves designed it. Neeves Knives, Riot OEM'd. That would be number 2 on the list, and that is the Neeves Knives Misdemeanor. All right, number 1. Anybody that has heard me talking to lies, watch my videos and stuff, you guys probably already know this. This is the Sparrow Knives Strix. Now, the Strix is also a custom USA design and custom USA made knife. Greg Schaub owns Sparrow Knives. Sorry about that, I had to cut away for a second, but yeah, Greg Schaub owns Sparrow Knives. He does the custom Strix. He does a few other designs. The Kansept Fenrir is another one that he designed, but really awesome knife all the way around. One of my favorite knives. I've long wanted to get this one in the collection ever since the first time I handled it. All around great knife. I think he did 2 production runs, and is at the time of this filming, the time of me posting and filming this, I don't think he's done the 3rd one yet, but just recently announced he is doing a 3rd one. He said he would never do it again, that he was just doing a production run to kind of help pay off some of his machines and stuff to kind of do his custom work here in the US, and that's pretty cool. But decided to OEM this one. This one is OEM through BestEc, Chinese made company, and is just an outstanding knife. Overall, we'll go over it real quick. Really easy to index, like I said earlier. Something I'm just noticing is my top 3 Chinese made knives are really easy to index and front flip, but again, sterile on the blade except for that Sparrow Knives logo, which I definitely make an exception for that. That's a really cool logo, kind of like a bird sparrow skull. I think that's pretty cool. Really super nice grind on it. Got a harpoon notch there up top, very prevalent. Just an all-around awesome blade shape in my opinion. A lot of little subtleties about this one. It is milled on the inside. Let's see, I think it's milled on the inside. Let me double check that now that I'm saying that. It's going based off of the weight, but let's see, might not be milled on the inside. Milling, I got a little bit of milling on this side here and a little bit of milling on that side there at the end, but not too much. That micarta inlay is really nice on the show side. Single-sided captive pivot, hardware all matching, I think. Let me also double check that. This is not a standard review, so I don't have all my stuff ready. Sorry about that, guys. T8, and T8. So T8 on the pivot, T8 on the pocket clip screws, T8 on the body screws, and T8 on the lock bar screw. Home run, man. That's awesome. You know, he did a few different versions on each run of these, and ergonomically, this thing is, to me, is awesome. You can choke back on it. That's very comfortable to do that. Where I usually, if I'm using this one, kind of choke up like that, put your thumb that kind of supports your thumb there, doing some real intensive or more intensive cuts, I guess, on that harpoon notch. Really awesome. I think I can't really say enough about it. The action's great. Detent sits right about there, so whenever you close it, almost a fall shut, but kind of like a light shake shut on that. Really smooth. So yeah, that is the Sparrow Knives Strix. That is my number one Chinese made knife in my collection. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What's your number one? What Chinese made knives do you like? Do you hate Chinese knives because they're made in China? Do you love them? Are you in between? I'm kind of in between. I mean, I try to support home country manufacturing. That's something that is important to me, but I mean, in 2025, it's pretty hard to you know, to not have anything made in China. Like the phone that I'm filming this video on is made in China. You know, a lot of people will say they only buy American made, whatever. That's fine. I mean, buy as much American made as you can. You're probably going to consume something at some point that was made in China. Your shoes, your plates, your phone, your clothes, whatever. Something along the way was most likely made over there, so it's hard to be 100% on that. And that's kind of my take on it. I can definitely appreciate some Chinese made stuff, and this is, make no mistake about it, all three of these are very high quality Chinese made knives. I think the Vosteed PsyOp probably being the cheapest one of the three. I think the Neeves knife isn't too far behind. The Neeves is only, I think, around 300 at 325. That's from the first run that he did. And the Strix right around 365, 383, something like that. Now, if all three of these were USA made, you know, you can see what the small batch or not small batch custom Strixes go for. I mean, it's in thousands, I believe, so you can imagine what some of the prices will be. So I think it's cool that people OEM stuff and making it more available. And you know, that is a full Chinese company there, if I'm not mistaken, Vosteed, so they do some really great work too. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, there's going to be a couple of my cohorts out there with a couple of other videos just like this one. We're trying to aiming for around the same time. So I thought that would be kind of like a fun thing to do, as well as them. A couple of us kind of put together the idea and everything. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and hopefully you go watch their videos too. You'll have Mind of Milton and also Tommy with Help with Gadgets out there doing some videos. Coming out right around the same time, and they're always linked in my description down below on channels you may like. So go check them out. Good people, and really appreciate you guys watching mine. Hopefully it wasn't too terrible, and let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one.